Oh,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I did.
Lord help us.
All right, here we are.
Here you sound so excited. Okay, so we had a little faux pas, and I'll let you guys learn from my mistake. So, but you guys probably are a whole lot smarter than I am anyway. But I'm used to my friend Eva starting this for me, and she's done it for so many months now that I kind of forgot. And so I didn't have a video in. So Sir Michael Daniels got a nice little message from me that said, help.
Where is it
Oh
playing?
my gosh. Now my YouTube is playing. This is like crazy town. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Sorry. Okay, so Sir Michael had to help me. I had to go over to YouTube and do it like old school. And so I had to go over, start a live event, come back to this event, paste in the YouTube code, and finally I got it. And so now even though you have to share the comment tracker link with me because I didn't get that.
Oh, oh, you didn't. I got it. Hey,
And I
I
got to
just
see
got it now.
everybody's comments because I know they're just going to be good. And
They're gonna
I've got
be
a lot of stuff to talk about.
okay. Let me see if I got it here. I'm
So
gonna
while you're
send it.
doing that, speaking of
It
old,
doesn't like it. I pulled your public link.
oh, you took mine
Well, yeah.
and it's not working. If you
No.
took
Yeah, it
mine,
was for you. I took yours.
yeah, if you took mine, I could see why it's not working.
Oh.
My stuff isn't working today.
Oh, okay, so I'll try to. I have to share the event then,
Share it
right?
public. Okay, guys, just bear with us.
I know, we're just having a time.
So, a couple of months ago, I took my son's phone away.
Oh yeah, well,
And,
you and I have had this.
yeah, and I saw him going to the bathroom with a magazine. And so I'm like, why are you taking a magazine to the bathroom? Because he never does that. And he said, you took my phone away, so now I got to go old school. So today I'm going old school.
Oh, I can't. This link is not working. I don't know what to do. See, this is what happens
When I
when.
start the hangout.
Well, what does that tell you about? What is that called? Sharing? What does that tell you about?
Yeah, we may have to yell at Sir Michael again.
Okay, I'm gonna share it just myself.
All right, and I'll go grab your link.
I'm
So
gonna,
this is the learning thing. We're going like completely old school this time. We're taking the magazine rack to the bathroom.
like, yeah, well, you know what? That just goes with the whole thing of don't they? And this is what I was doing when I was at my speaking gig
Uh-huh.
in St. Louis, um, because my story is that if I prepare early, nothing will happen. Everything will be boring and perfect.
Right.
If I'm late, oh, I think this one's working.
Oh, give it to me.
I think it's working. Oh no. Let's see.
Come on, Ivana. You got to come
Reject.
through for me.
Let's just say it didn't reject me.
Okay, well, there's a start.
But, oh, it says couldn't find source. Let's see if this is better. It still doesn't like it. It just doesn't like it.
If it's not rejecting you, that's a start.
No. It says couldn't find source.
I don't see that you shared it live.
Obviously, I did.
But that's okay, because I'm going to go like completely old school, and I'm just going to go to the event and watch the comments.
And watch. I think that's what we have to do.
That's what we're going to do today, guys. We are taking the magazine rack to the bathroom today. Hashtag going old school.
Okay, Michael says, glad you got it working.
Okay.
Of course,
so,
we have more people.
Right, that means everybody can see us, so that's good. All right, we're going to watch your comments there. So we're going old school.
Old school. So, okay, so.
Michael, if you have a link, a shared one, public, if you want to.
I have several.
In a Hangout, I'll take it.
I shared it with you.
I'm talking to Michael, not you.
Oh.
Yours doesn't work. I don't want your dried up link.
Oh my God. Speaking of stuff that doesn't work, you know, one of the things I have to say is that I'm a big believer in knowing your strengths and weaknesses, and one of my weaknesses is detail orientation. So when I have to do anything that's detail oriented, I have to do it like first thing in the morning, make sure that nobody is distracting me, and that I'm not going to get interrupted. So one of the things I did is I've just completed a bunch of in-depth interviews for a client, and while I was in St. Louis, I got the bright idea to give the assignment to one of my survey specialists. You know, so people who specialize in doing surveys and stuff. So I sent them the data. I got everything. While I was gone, he was doing charts. It was looking good. But, you know, I'm looking at everything through an iPhone. Right? I can't see. I don't know. And you know me. I'm, like, distracted and whatever. Finally today, I'm, like, back in the office after no sleep. And I'm finally, like, get a real good close look at the charts. And I'm like, wow, this is, like, the opposite of what I think the data is and what it says, because I just like talk to all these people. And I'm like, this doesn't sound right. So here it turned out that my not applicable designation got a rating of 6, making it seem that if they said not applicable, as if they gave it the highest rating. And you know, software, I didn't tell him that because like when I look at the data on the report, it's already filtered for that.
Right.
So now the poor guy's got to, like, I feel like he's got to do it all over again. It's not fun.
I'm wondering,
but I'm proud of
I think the public link isn't working because I had to put the YouTube in. Oh, wait. I did one. I got one from Michael Daniels. Let me see if it's going to work. Come on. If this works, Michael, I'm going to rub your bald head.
anything.
No, but I'm getting a lot of messages. I bet that's Michael wanting his head rubbed. He's going to give me some more links.
Well, there are no exciting comments, so you should probably get into like telling me whatever the hell you want to tell me.
Whatever the hell I want to tell. Well, that's really sweet. Okay, so one thing I want to talk about is I saw this really good documentary, like over the weekend. So on Sunday, you know, of course, I watched NASCAR because I have to watch NASCAR. Hold on. My darn fan's coming on. All right. So on Sunday, I watched this documentary, and it was simply called Happy. That's all it was about.
I think I might have actually seen that.
Oh, it was so good. It was
about
like,
happy people?
Yeah, they did a documentary, and they were going around, they were talking to people about what makes you happy. and what
Yes.
truly makes people happy. And it was surprising to see that they show people in like third world countries who had like this one guy had like half a house that was made of a tarp, and he was content and he was happy. The one thing that made him happy was getting off work, spending time with his family, all of that. That's what made him happy. So they did this whole study and they found out that like 50% of your happiness is like instilled in you, or like you're born with it, or it's in your genes kind of thing. But like 40% of your happiness is actions and actionable and what you choose to do to be happy. Does that make sense? So
Totally. Well, being happy is a choice.
right, that's what it was saying, that like 40% of your happiness is total choice. It's like, do you choose to be happy? Do you choose to do things that make you happy? So I that kind of was making me think, okay, what are things that make people happy? What do you do that makes you happy? And some people think, they say money can't buy happiness. And there was this guy on there that was talking about that, and he said, to a degree, that's not true, because they measured happiness of people who made $5,000 to $50,000. They were happier. People who made $50,000 were happier than people who made $5,000 a year. But there was no difference in the happiness level of people who made $50,000 to the people who made $500,000 a year. So they were saying money can buy happiness to the point of contentment. Does that make sense? So as long as you're content, you have what you need. You have clothes and food and a place to live, and you're making you're middle class or whatever. You're in the mid-range. You're supporting your family. You don't really have a lot of stress that's around money. You're probably at 50,000, not living paycheck to paycheck if you're not overextending yourself.
Right.
And so money can buy happiness just to the point of contentment. After that, money has no play on your happiness.
Right. You got to pay the bills. And you and I both know anyone who's lived crumb to crumb, paycheck to paycheck, anyone who's done that. And I remember when I moved out to Philadelphia and I got paid, well, I had a decent salary. I thought I was making a ton of money. It was like $24,000 a year back in the mid-'80s, and I thought that was like a lot of money until you go to until you pay the rent, go to the grocery store. Of course, you don't even get your $20-some thousand. 30% of it goes to taxes. Exactly. A ton of it went to car insurance. I paid the rent. I had like nothing left over, and it was like this. Oh my God! And I'm like, oh, I was in graduate school, and I was like doing all. I was like, ah. And you're right though. And I was not I was happy, but I was not like as happy as I could have been until I got to the point where
look, I'm getting ready to like make a whole bunch of people happy like right now. If you will go to your sources, the link that Michael sent me is working.
Okay, great.
And then Michael, that means I owe you a head rub. So now Michael is happy.
Okay, well send me that link.
Thank you, Michael. You are the man.
Or did you send it to me already?
I'm sending it to you now. All right, put that one in. That one worked. I'm getting the comments.
Are you? I don't know that there are any comments.
Yeah, well, Michael made a comment earlier. Sheila did. They're all feeding in. They weren't feeding earlier.
Well, there's not that many.
Go to stream and you'll see it.
No way. There we go. Okay, now we go. Now we got it.
Yeah, okay, so anyway, I just thought that was very interesting. So I watched that. Then I watched Facebook Joe. Have you seen that one?
No.
That one's good. And I mean, not Facebook Joe, Craigslist Joe. I have Facebook on the brain. So he like sets out for a month to live solely on the kindness of others by only doing things and like he depends on Craigslist people to provide him food, shelter, everything. And he finds these people that are just like so fabulously generous, and making sure he has a place to stay and food to eat. And one guy gave him a bicycle to get around, and I mean it was very touching to see, because Craigslist gets a bad rap sometimes about people getting scammed on Craigslist, and then you've got these prostitutes on there, and then you got the Craigslist killer. I mean, it gets a bad rap. But if you've lost all faith in mankind and Craigslist, watch Craigslist, Joe. It's on Netflix for free, and it's really, really good. Look, Michael said, "Well, grub."
Well, you're bringing up an awesome thing. On my morning call today, one of my friends was talking about a massive breakthrough she had. She said she felt so powerful about this, and we got into this whole conversation about choice. So let me just kind of give you a little bit of background, right? Because it's very similar to your Craigslist story.
Okay.
So she says, wow, I signed up for this course, and it's a very intensive course and all this stuff. She goes, I signed up for it, and I really can't afford it, right? Signed up for this, and she kind of couldn't afford it. And one of the folks from the class said, and part of the class is teaching you some of these skills, and a lot of times they'll say, you'll actually start learning and implementing the things from the class before it even starts. And that's one of the things that happened to her. So she says, like, I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I signed up for this, but I'm really committed to doing it. And I don't know how I'm going to pay for it. I don't know how I'm going to get there, because she has to go from, like, Michigan to Chicago or something like that. Anyway.
Right.
So one of my friends says, that's on the call, says, hey, what you need to do is put a message out to the community and make a request for what you need. Tell them what you need. You need to get to Chicago. You need a place to stay in Chicago, and you need someone to sponsor you for this class. That's what you request. That's what's happening. And she's like, oh, I don't know if I can do that. And I said, you know what? I said, think of it this way. Somewhere in this community is someone for whom this is no big deal, and they're just looking for an opportunity to contribute to someone.
Yeah, they did that a lot in the Craigslist Joe thing. He went, like, all around the United States by the generosity of others. Sometimes he would put out an ad and say, hey, I need to go to such and such place from such and such. I need to go, like, from San Francisco to Texas or whatever. Anyone going that way, and he would find rides. Or he would go on Craigslist, and he would look for people who were going to be traveling. Like, there was this one guy, really nice guy, that just wanted some company on a road trip and was looking for someone to go and share the experience and have somebody to talk to. And see, Kate brings up a good point. She said, I think that money can make you happy if you know how to use it in the right way. And she's happy to finally see us 2 live this year.
I'm so glad you're here, Kate, that you're not with Phil having lunch.
I guess Phil is eating, because we did it at 2 o'clock, and Kate makes his lunch, and so then he's usually eating. And this is what makes me happy. It's 70 degrees here. Oh no! And so I have on my bright colors today. Yay! That's what makes me happy.
Oh my God. Well, we still have snow, but it says here it's 34, also quite balmy. Right?
It's what? 34?
34 degrees, and I have
no way
nail polish.
Yeah, it's not going to last, though. This is just, it's a big tease from Mother Nature, because tomorrow we're going to be back in the 30s, and tomorrow morning they're calling for, like, freezing rain and all that crap. So this is just a tease.
And so
Speaking
I
of
have.
teases, this is what I wanted to talk about. Oh, did you have something first?
Oh no, I was just gonna say that my biggest disappointment about being in St. Louis is that I happened to get there on Sunday, and the only thing I wanted was some barbecue, and
In
everything
St.
was
Louis?
closed. Yeah,
Are they known for barbecue?
yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought we
St.
were the only ones known for barbecue.
Right. All right, so I'm
In
sorry.
North
So what you
Carolina,
you have a
that's our thing. Why do people keep taking it from us?
it's different from yours. There's St. Louis ribs
Uh-huh.
are not I I don't know, somebody probably knows this better than I do. Clearly I didn't get any because everything was closed, right? But from what I understand, St. Louis ribs are like just bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Their sauce is slightly different. It's not like, it's not like the baby back, stuff like that, or pulled pork.
Keep
It's
describing
more,
those ribs.
it's
They're
sounding good, right?
big, juicy. They make you lick your fingers.
Nasty, nasty girl.
Hashtag nasty ribs.
All right, so what? You said you had a whole list of things, and I'm like being boring. So what?
No, I was actually getting into the rib talk. That was really good. That just like eases right into my topic.
What's your
So,
topic?
well, I wanted to talk about this last time, but we had my adorable nephew on, so I had to kind of keep it PG. But so I wanted to talk about the 50 Shades of Grey. I'm a fan of the
Oh,
books.
you
And
are?
yeah, I am. And I've read the books, but I haven't seen the movie, and I'm not going to see the movie because it really pisses me off that they were
I
in
thought
such.
you were going to see the movie with your friends.
No, no, no. I decided I wasn't because I saw the trailers and I saw the actors, and I said, you know what? Reading the books, I have this kind of, when you read a book, you kind of got this vision in your mind about
You want to see 50
what
Shades
the
of Grey?
people look like and
Do you want
their
to see my impression? You
their
want to see my
personality. You have an impression?
Uh-huh. I was both of them at once.
Okay. Yeah, I got to see this.
She's biting her lip and smacking his head.
Oh, don't do that because the last time you did that, you got a mark on your lip. Or it was
That's why I hate that.
rope
Poorly
burn or
written.
something. But yeah, I mean, I have like this impression in my mind about the characters, and these actors just didn't do it for me.
I don't think the guy had enough of the six-pack abs as they described in the book.
No, well, I don't know because I didn't see the movie, but I was expecting, like, in my mind, when I read the book, it's like a Ryan Gosling or a Channing Tatum. It's that kind of good, And this girl is just not sexy enough.
Well, I don't think that Anastasia was supposed to be sexy.
Yeah, in a cute way, yeah, she is. Have you read the books?
Yeah. I
I
read
don't
the
know.
first one.
It's like right. It's like the actors, I think, would just kill it for me, and I still got another book to go, so I don't want to ruin it for myself. So I decided not to see the movie. And I think, honestly, I don't think those are the people, those weren't first choice people for the movie anyway.
Oh, who were the first choice people? Do you know?
Well, they had like Ryan Gosling, Channing Tatum was thrown around, but I'm not sure if that was actually like one of their people. It was my first choice, of course, but And I did see Magic Mike. But I I think they were just in such a hurry to get it out because there was such an anticipation that they went with the ones that they could get. Not that they were horrible actors or, anything, but I don't think that was their first choice either. And I think they should have just waited and held out for better characters, honestly.
Mm. So are you
That's why
watching
Rhonda's rant.
Rhonda's rant? Are you watching House of Cards?
I don't watch that show, no. No, that one's not for me. Look, Kate said that Phil made lunch and is still waiting down in the kitchen, He's waiting in the kitchen for her. Oh, isn't he sweet?
He's so sweet.
Phil's a sweetheart. And did you watch his show on Snapchat for Business?
I heard some of it, but I didn't. I was in the midst of trying to get myself to St. Louis.
Oh, you were traveling. Yeah, you're going to have to check that out because that's really good. And I actually did use a Snapchat this week for business. I needed to snap a picture of something that easier to Snapchat and to scan it in or whatever. So I actually did feel you proud of me. I actually did use Snapchat for business. Never done it before, but I decided to this time because it was just easy.
Are you hearing that? Oh, it's better now. You were talking and it sounded nasty. You sounded like you were possessed monster.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Yeah. Snapchat.
That is scary. Is it better now?
Much better. Now you sound like a sweet Southern chick.
Okay, that's what I'm supposed to sound like.
Hey, am I allowed to ask? I have to ask. I'm going to ask it, but I don't. You don't have to name any names or anything.
Uh-oh. Okay.
So have you been doing? Actually, hey, let's talk about it. Yeah. So have you been doing? I know you've been doing some focusing in your business. Have you done some of your focusing work yet?
I have. I've done some focusing work. And I am scaling down my client load. And I can't tell you who's going to make the cut because you might not make it. No, I'm just kidding.
It's all right.
I'm just kidding. You'll make it. No, I mean, really, I am. I'm scaling down.
We're friends now, so it don't matter if I'll make the cut or not. I just going to have to replace you with somebody else.
Oh, it's a lot. You can't replace me. But I am your
replacement. Friends, but if you were to cut me, clearly not. I'm not. I can't take the. No. Seriously, so tell everybody what you're up to. What are you doing?
Yeah, I want to focus more on my stuff and doing more of this and doing it better. Not sounding like a monster for one, and starting my hangouts correctly. I got to get back into practice. I got spoiled from you doing them all the time. So yeah, I want to focus on some of my own stuff, really building my blog. And just doing the stuff that makes me happy. That's why that was one of the things that kind of, I was just kind of blah over the weekend. And I thought, what is it that I want? Have you ever felt like, I know you have, because you were going to write a book called I Want Something, but I don't know what it is.
I don't know what I want, but I want it now is the title of the book.
That's how I was feeling. I was like, I don't know what I want, but I want it now. And I was like, I'm stressed out half the time. I'm not happy anymore. And it's not, there's something that has to change. So that's kind of what sparked me. I was just looking for movies to watch or whatever, I was going to watch a comedy or, something good to kind of get out of that funk. And I saw that documentary and I thought, okay, I'll watch that. And it really did inspire me. And I was like, you know what? I almost packed my bags and went to live on the generosity of Craigslist people. I I was going to run away from home.
Well,
But yeah, I think as entrepreneurs too, it's easy to get in that funk. And you get to a place, and this is what I found. So you get to a place, the reason why we do what we do is to, one, be happy ourselves, and also usually is to help other people and make them happy. So when you get to a point where these people that you're working for are taking and taking and taking and taking from you, then something has to give. Because it comes to a point where you have people that are taking your joy out of it. So it's no longer making you happy. And I think that's kind of where I had gotten, because it makes me so happy to do things for people. And they're so appreciative, and most of my clients are. They really are. They send me gifts. They tell me how much they appreciate me. You know, I'll have clients that will send me a message and be like, have I told you today how much I love you and appreciate you? And I love that. That makes me happy. But you run across these people in life and in business that are just sucking the life out of you, and that's what I want to get away from, because life is short. I'm not going to live unhappy. It's just not going to happen. So
I'm with you.
I was like, okay, I want it, and I want it now, but I don't know what it is.
Well, you know what? It's really cool that you bring that up, because remember, like, how freaked out I love. Let me tell you, the idea is that you have to kind of purge yourself of the stuff that's getting in your way so that other cool stuff can come in. So remember how freaked out I was after Bizzapalooza this past summer. You had to talk me down.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and we had a moment too where I was laying on the couch in Vegas and you were talking me down. There's no crying in Vegas. Look, I like what Kate said. See, she said she's not read the books, talking about 50 Shades of Grey, but I do have to say the trailer totally turned me off seeing it. I mean, it's true, and I've read the books, and I like them. I mean, it's not like amazing literature or anything like that. It's more like working woman, stressed out, have a glass of wine, and read a trash read kind of read. That's what it is. That's just what it is, and I enjoy that.
Hey, are you ready to hear, speaking of which?
What?
I have been, so I've had this, I don't know if anybody else has had this, but for the last about week or so, let's not even consider the fact that I was traveling and did not sleep before I left, while I was there, and when I came back, right? Because it was all this ridiculous travel. But in general, I have not really been sleeping well. And the problem I've been having, and I know you guys do not have this problem, is I call them thought worms.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So what will happen is I'll be distracted, or I'll be trying to get to sleep. And that's what I do, Rhonda. When I go to bed, I try to read the stupidest thing I can. Because if I read any kind of business book or whatever,
right,
it gets me like all riled up, right? So I can't sleep.
Right.
But I'm exhausted.
Your mind's going, and you got a million ideas going through your head.
So I thought to myself, I'm like, you know, what is it that keeps me really present? And actually, one of the things that keeps me present is skiing, because if your mind wanders, you can break a leg. So clearly, you're really incentivized to stay focused. But I'm not skiing, and I don't feel like it right now, because I think I need an entourage.
Well, I did that over the weekend. Saturday, I took a road trip, went skiing, but I don't like to ski, so that wasn't.
You stayed in the lodge.
Well, not the whole time, but for
you like sled or tube or whatever you call it.
Yeah, and I did tube. I liked it too, and I did ski, but not a lot, because it's just not my whole thing, you know. Dylan wanted to go and snowboard, so he did that and did ski school and learned how to snowboard and did really good. He actually went up double diamond. So I enjoyed that, watching him and watching him do all the new stuff and get excited about it. And now he's wanting to snowboard. We don't get snow that often, so like, how about we get you a new skateboard instead?
Yeah, but anyway,
that made me happy, and that was really good. That's why I was like, okay, so now I'm all blah, and like, you know.
well, guess what I did? Don't fall off your chair or anything after I
No.
tell you this.
I'm glad I got arms on this chair.
I've been going to the rec center, and I have been doing like, I started on the elliptical, but my left knee hurt for whatever reason. I don't know why. It just hurt, so I didn't do that. But then now I'm doing some gliding thing, just like that.
Yeah, that's kind of like an elliptical or like a ski machine.
Yeah, it's like something. I don't know what the hell it is, but it's working awesome. And I did 30 minutes like it was nothing.
Oh, aren't you something?
And you know what I did? I put like music. I put my dweeby 80s music in. And then I don't look at the dial. I don't look at the time. I just close my eyes, and I look like a thrasher because I kind of look something like this.
Okay. I bet they enjoy you there.
I hope I can keep it up.
I bet you're on YouTube. There's someone videotaping that crazy woman that's on the elliptical beside them. There is a video of that on YouTube somewhere, I can guarantee you.
Speaking of YouTube, okay, so I think that you know, our sons are about the same age. Mine's 14, yours is like 15, right? Oh, no, mine's 15. He's going to be 15 in a couple weeks.
You don't even know how old your child is. Mine's 16.
So, yours is 16? All right, so mine's going to be 15 soon, and here's anyone who has teenagers, that this is what life at my house is like. Mom, what is there to eat? And he opens up the refrigerator and he stares. And he's like, there's nothing to eat. Meanwhile, I got a refrigerator full of food. I got a pantry full of food. You have been in my house. I got a house full of freaking food.
Yes, now mine always says, there's nothing good here to eat. And I'm like, it's because you ate all the good stuff the first day I bought it. And I'm not going back every day. Quit eating all the good stuff at one time. There's nothing good here to eat.
And he says, Tony goes,
let me tell you a funny story. The other day, I posted it on Facebook, but not everybody here is on Facebook, so really funny story. So I have, you know, I do the essential thing, and we have this stuff called Deep Blue. It's kind of like Icy Hot, but it's like all natural, and it doesn't have like all the chemicals and stuff in it. So he came home from school, and he said, Mom, I pulled a muscle in my shoulder blade. And I said, okay, well, let me rub some Deep Blue on it. He's like, no, I don't like that stuff. He said, it gives me cold chills, and it makes my nipples hard. And I said, just hush. So I start rubbing the stuff into his shoulder blade, and he's like, oh, that does feel good when you rub it in. And so then I look at him, and I'm like, your nipples aren't getting hard, are they? And he says, okay, this is awkward.
Well, you know, when Alexander was little, let's see, he was talking, so let's say like 3 or 4, like little, right? And our neighbor comes over, her name is Stephanie, and she comes over, and, you know, she's like, and she's like, you know, munching on his neck and all this stuff, and he's like, Miss Steffi, when you do that, my pee-pee gets big, and she's like, whoa!
Oh my God. How old was he?
Whoa! Everybody just went, whoa!
Oh my God, that was
It's a
good.
good thing I just told you, because he's going to be home like any second.
Yeah, no, my son got mad because I posted his little story about his nipples getting hard on Facebook. He was so mad. I said, well, I didn't say your name or tag you. He said, don't do that because all the guys on my football team already say you're a MILF. So now they're going to see that on there, and they're going to want you to rub them down with Deep Blue. Oh, my gosh. All right,
It's
let's
not
let
a
these
Christmas.
good people get back to work.
Yeah, let's
We
let them
got
get back
enough
to work.
fun for one day.
We got to get back. I have to get back to work too. So, all right. Oh, outro, outro.
Yeah, do
I don't
the
even know if I'm
outro.
ready.
This show, you would think we just started
You think?
because this show was a disaster.
Did I get even the right one? I
But
did.
I had a lot of fun. And Michael Daniels, I'm coming after that head. You know that makes me more happier than it does you to rub that bald head.
You are very silly. All right. I'm
Yay,
ready.
Steve,
Oh, I
rub
have
a
to
bald
play.
head.
We're already on. I'm not used to switching roles.
We'll have to do this a little more often.
Yeah, we really are.
I need to get back in the practice of it.
Hey, but you recovered really well.
Thank you, thank you.